What's up there, workforce? Chris here with Work to Game, and it is time for a quick news break. It's news. It's news. It's news. Now this week there has been a ton of posts about Pokemon and the Nintendo Switch. And I think we need to talk about that, but based on the fact that we're not at E3 yet, and I don't think any of this is official, I'd like to continue doing something productive while we talk. Now I use this frying pan for breakfast here, but it's kinda dirty. That's better. Now the first bit of news is that several outlets are looking at a new and unique game for the Nintendo Switch from the Pokemon franchise as early as November of this year. Now while the pan warms up, I am going to tell you we are making a sandwich. Maybe you've heard of them. We're going to have some ciabatta with some turkey, roast beef, some sauce on it, tomato, avocado, side of Fritos. Looking forward to it. Now all of this hype seems to be based around a series of tweets from Pixelpar. For anyone wondering, Pokemon Switch materials have been undergoing localization since late February. I've already had confirmation that it's targeting a 2018 release. Educated guess, it should be ready for November, December. And ding ding ding, bell monitor. A white whale, belugas make a high-pitched twittering noise, Project Beluga. Now, I don't know how much credit I want to put in a single tweet, and the key to getting a slice of bread nice and clean like this is a good knife. Global, I love what you do. None of these products are sponsoring today, but if they'd like to be related to Work to Game, just reach out. We already like a lot of the things you're doing. Now the November, December end of year release schedule, we don't expect to be really filled out until E3 this summer. However, what we do know is how to brown bread. You take a hot pan, room temperature oil, combine them, and then you can actually lightly fry these lovely pieces of bread, and then that'll get them nice and golden brown. This is a nice alternative for breads like ciabatta that are very hard to toast. Now this causes a fair speculation around what is this game going to include. Is this a new generation of Pokemon? And that seems to be relatively consistently believed. It makes sense that it would be that kind of 8th generation of Pokemon. And so what we're going to want to do at this point is we're going to want to apply all of our sauces. And so that's going to be a little bit of mayonnaise, a little bit of mustard, and a little bit of this amazing hot sauce we get every time we have a chance to either know somebody or we go to Belize. We were out for several years, you know, because Belize isn't exactly close. And so you can actually take just a touch of this. Oh my gosh. And this stuff gets hotter the longer you own it. I don't even know how that makes sense. It's just fantastic. And so if it really is an 8th generation of Pokemon, does that mean we're going to have to go back in time? Back to Pallet Town, back to that kind of red and blue timeline to really get a feel for maybe a different way of looking at things. Does the Nintendo Switch's power allow us to dive in the world in a new and different and deeper way? And based around that speculation, a lot of games these days have had collaborations and ties into other franchises, and so do some of these posts hold some credence in that we're going to see other things making their way into a Pokemon game or relating to that Pokemon game. So when slicing an avocado, one of the common injuries, if you actually look it up, is people who slice through the rind. Now we're not going to be pitting this one today because we're going to be saving the other half for tomorrow, so we'll put that in there. And so instead of slicing this way, where you do risk actually cutting your palm, if you use the back of the knife, if it really is a ripe avocado, it should just cut right through, and that will not be sharp enough to cut through the rind and slice the palm of your hand. And so if this is really an 8th generation and a new style of Pokemon game, what does that look like? Is it an action RPG? Are there MMO elements? Does that tie into local play or online play in some way? And honestly, I'm lactose intolerant because modern society doesn't really have a mechanism to weed people out for poor evolution, but I am going to put on some premium cuts of meat here. And so that is the end of my sandwich, which means that that is the end of this video. So are there anything that you're expecting for the game? Is there anything that you want to see in the game? Are there things that you want the game to be that maybe there's not evidence of yet? This is a great time to speculate because there really isn't a wrong answer. Now come E3, we are going to start getting some true press releases and not just rumors. And that is when we'll start to be able to better gauge, is this really a new game? If it is, what does that look like? Are there new Pokemon? If there are, how are those integrated? And what does this mean for this fantastic franchise? My name's Chris with Work to Game. I'm about to enjoy some fantastic lunch, so even if the rumors didn't satisfy me, this sandwich is looking amazing. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to check out any other videos, you should click over here. And then we've got like some kind of vlog thing down here in the corner. And then we've got like subscribe. Yeah, like that's really, you should totally do it. This was a complete disaster.